Hello, everyone, and welcome to our webinar, where we are going to present the MBA program at the Chinese University of Hong Kong Business School. My name is Nelly Naube, the moderator on behalf of the UniMi team, and I'm here with our speakers today, Samantha Sheto, Manager MBA Marketing and Missions at the Chinese University of Hong Kong. We also have a special guest who is going to join us later, a recent MBA graduate who is going to share his experience with the program and the school. Before giving the word to our speakers, I want to tell everyone who is listening, you can ask questions anytime during the webinar using the Q&A box, and we will take time to answer at the end of the session. All questions are welcome, so don't hesitate. I think everything is set now, so Sam, I'm giving the word to you.
Thank you so much, Nelly. Hi, everyone. My name is Samantha. I am from the CHK MBA programs team, which is the Chinese University of Hong Kong. So I'm the manager of the marketing and missions team here in this office. So it's my pleasure to talk with you. I know a lot of you are from worldwide different areas in the world. So I'm really excited to present our schools and our program to you. So give me 1 second to share with you my presentation. Okay, awesome. I believe you guys can see my screen. All right, so let me just get started here. So for today's agenda, I'm gonna go through a few points that you can see on the screen right now. Basically, I'll tell you why Hong Kong is a good place for you to pursue an MBA degree, and also why our school, CUHK. Again, there's a lot of master's degrees around the world. Why you should take an MBA if you're looking or wondering which way you should go for. And last, of course, some practical information about admissions of our program. Like Nelly mentioned earlier, we're very glad to have Michael, our recent graduate, who will be sharing his experience with you. He's a German, and he had experience in different continents and work experience in different continents as well. So as a European, he will be sharing with you his experience here with us and how's the career opportunities he had after his MBA journey. So without further ado, let me just get started about our MBA program. So here, I'm just gonna give you some ideas why you probably should pursue an MBA in the Asian area. On the screen right now, I'm showing you some figures that we got from some renowned research companies, mentioning about the GDP and also economic output of each country, the top 5 countries in the world. Obviously, United States has always been on the top of the list. However, in recent decade, there's quite a bit of changes. A few Asian countries, for example, Japan, India, and also China, is climbing up the ladder. And China is actually expected to pass the US as the world's largest economy very soon in 10 years' time. So, of course, there's a lot of changing factors around the world nowadays with COVID and the political situation. However, the trend is saying that Asia and China is actually one of the very important economic area in the world right now. So it's definitely a place that you probably would like to look for your future career opportunities. And if it's Asia or China, why should you choose Hong Kong? Here, I'm going to give you some perspectives. Hong Kong is a very big financial center in Asia, as I guess a lot of you guys know. It is easily accessible and well connected to the rest of the world. It is definitely an ideal place for you to pursue an MBA. If you're looking for future development opportunities in Asia or connect Asian opportunities to the world. Hong Kong also provide the right hardware that international students are craving for. It is a city full of potential, especially for startups and entrepreneurs, with plenty of opportunities for real-life projects and experiences. What's even more attractive is 2 visa initiatives that our government is recently offering to talents like yourself. One of it is at the center of the pictures, like I highlighted here, IANG visa. This is a visa for non-local full-time graduates. You can apply for this IANG visa from the Hong Kong government, which allows you to stay in Hong Kong for 24 months, which is like 2 years after your graduation, to secure a full-time job offer. So this gives you an opportunity to explore Hong Kong as a place to work after your graduation. other than this, there's another recent visa that the Hong Kong government offers to talents to attract individuals with exceptional skills and talents to establish the residency in Hong Kong with the aim to strengthen the city's economic competitiveness. So this visa is called QMAS visa, Quality Migrants visa. So later on, since all this is about job opportunities, later on I'll also furnish you with information about the career assistance that our program will be offering to our students. So here, also some ideas why Hong Kong should be an ideal place for you to pursue your MBA. CHK is actually on top of the top universities in Hong Kong. We bring together the East and the West to nurture future global leaders. And here on the slides, you can see we actually comprises faculties from different disciplines, including medicine, law, arts, education, social science, engineering, and also business administration, of course. And we are very established universities since 1963. We're celebrating our 60-year anniversary today. And here, it is our school has actually continuously ranked it up top in Asia and also globally, and our reputation is very well recognized. On our screen here, you can see a few of the recognition that we got from different very renowned universal ranking. For example, we have been ranked at number 6 in Asia by Times Higher Education Rankings. And also in QS ranking, we have been ranked 47 in 2024. And you can see also the numbers of students and also alumni network that we have is huge. Our business school vision is to develop global leaders for the Asian century. And also we wish by doing so, we can provide you a rich learning environment opportunities for self-recovery, character building, knowledge creation, sharing, and also application. We are actually, our CHK Business School, we are actually the first business school in Asia offering BBA, MBA, and also EMBA programs. This also represents a huge alumni network that as MBA students that you can take advantage of. And also, for our MBA program, we have been ranked best in career service, best in class career service, and achieved one of the best entrepreneurship and also alumni outcomes in Asia. With the mission to nurture future business leaders for the century, our program focuses on fostering innovation and creative thinking, and also developing entrepreneurial attitudes. Entrepreneurial attitude, it is not only relevant to those that are interested in doing their own startup, but also for entrepreneurs in different organizations. It is about fostering the mindset to think and act like an entrepreneur or leaders in different countries. Here on this slide, I'm also showing you the international faculty that we have for our MBA program. You can see our faculties are actually from various renowned universities in the world, for example, Harvard, MIT, Stanford, Princeton, Yale, Wharton, Kellogg. And they have different nationality. Majority of them are from local and China, and some of our faculties are from Europe, Americas, and also other part of Asia. As mentioned earlier, our universities have different faculties and different disciplines. We're also a very renowned research powerhouse in this region. We have 12 research centers in CHK Business School, which support our students if you would like to go for certain research, or if you're having some research for your own company, then we are a huge powerhouse for you to get all this information and knowledge from. So for our business schools, we have different postgraduate programs, including MBA, EMBA, DBA, and also finance MBA, also Juris Doctor and MBA program, which later on I will give you more information. So here I'm going to tell you more why you should choose our CUHK MBA programs. All of these points I'll go into details right now. Here, first of all, we're glad that we have been giving global recognition. We are the first MBA program in Asia, and also we have been ranked having #1 salary percentage increase in Hong Kong. For the others rankings, I'm not going to go into details because we are restricted by the time limitation today. And in terms of faculty, although networking is always frequently mentioned as a key reason to pursue an MBA, some solid learning in different disciplines is fundamental to make your transformation possible as well. So in our MBA program, courses are delivered by world-class thought leaders in their own fields, with a good combination of top-notch researchers and also experienced industry practitioners. As you can see on the screen, this is a few examples of our faculties. You can actually see the whole list of our faculty on our website with their backgrounds, their CV, the companies they were from, and also the researchers they have done. So you're very welcome to go to our website to look into all these details. All of this pool of professors, they were industry practitioners, and they had accumulated rich experience from renowned companies, for example, like Morgan Stanley, JP Morgan, International Monetary Fund, IMF, McKinsey, KPMG, P&G, so forth and so on. So the list is long, so I can't complete and cover all of those. And other characters of our program, we intend to restrain our class size so that we have an intimate class setting for our students. Individuals' attentions will be given by professors and teachers to our students. And also networking among the sections will be available with this limited size of class. Besides, we have a wonderful alumni network, provided that we have a long history. We know that a lot of students are pursuing MBA for the network that they can get from the MBA program. So here, we can promise you will have the most extensive business school and MBA alumni network in Asia if you were pursuing an MBA with us. On top of that, we actually have two alumni mentorship programs to support our current student. One is called Elite Mentorship Program. All the mentors who are in this program are already in their C-suite management position. So not that many MBA programs can have such kind of prestigious alumni network to support our students. Everyone in this mentorship program are already in their C-suite level position. And the other alumni network or program that we support our student is the Alumni Career Advisory Scheme. This scheme is actually supported by other alumni who has yet to be in their C-suite level position, but they're already in management level. So we have two programs supported by mentors in different seniority in their own field to give advices to our current students. So here to show you some of the people who have taken the MBA with us. A lot of our senior alumni are reputable celebrities in the region. For example, from the screen on the left, you can see the current financial secretary of the Hong Kong government, Mr. Paul Chan, is our alumni. Other than that, there's two main science and startups parts in Hong Kong, which is called Cyberport and also Science Technology Park. Both CEOs of these two establishments are our MBA alumni as well. So here's the rest of the list. I'm not going to go into details, and there's even a lot more on LinkedIn that you can search for. And in CHK MBA, you can experience a transformative journey with a flexible curriculum. On the screen here, I'm showing you the full-time curriculum. The core courses covers fundamentals of finance, accounting, leadership, marketing, operations, and more. And on top of all these core courses, students can select your elective courses based on your areas of interest. Our full-time MBA is a fast-track intensive study program. Basically, you will be wrapping up your MBA journey in the summer term in 12 months, which is like 1 year. And except for those who are going for exchange or dual degree program, then you will have to extend 3 to 4 months, depending which school, partner school that you're going for. So in terms, another options that we have is a part-time curriculum. So part-time program is a 24 months program. You're expected to complete most of the core courses in the first year and elective courses in the second year. So both full-time and part-time students can participate in the international exchange program as well. So here's 6 optional concentrations that we offer to our students to give you a certain degree of specialization in your courses. And here's, I'm showing you some more details course lists under the 6 concentrations. And all of these details is a lot of information, which you can also retrieve from our website. So you don't have to copy it or download it right now. And here, one of the specialty that CHK offers is the unique advanced study options. You can see on the screen there's 4. First one is a dual degree MBA program that we jointly organize with some renowned MBA schools in the world. For example, University of Texas in the States, HEC Paris in France, and also Rotterdam, RSM. And for students, for both full-time and part-time students, after completing your degree here in Hong Kong, you can spend some time in our partner school, which is usually less than their normal study time that they needed over there. So the benefits for you to complete both programs with this 2 school is that after your graduation, you are graduates of both school, and the career management team of both schools will be supporting you on finding future opportunities on your career path. So you're actually extending and widening your job opportunities in both continents, which is wonderful. And here is another dual degree that we offer. We're the only school in Hong Kong that offer this very special dual degree program, which is a combination of Juris Doctor and also MBA program. And this program will equip you with the depth of legal knowledge and also business sophistication required in a wide range of business leadership roles or an entrepreneur. So in a 3-year full-time or 5-year part-time program, apart from previously mentioned MBA courses, students will also learn principles of contracts, torts, equity, trust, company law, land law, commercial law, and also property law, etc. And other options that we offered from our students, and this is actually and also our options that we have came up with after gathering all the comments from our students and also alumni. Some of our students, after completing the MBA, they found that I actually have interest in deepening my knowledge in certain discipline, for example, marketing, accountancy, or even business analytics. In that case, we encourage our students to further their study with CHK Business School. And with that, our MBA graduates have the benefits of minimizing your tuition fees and also the time that you need to spend with the second master program, which means that certain degrees, certain credits and tuition fees will be waived. So this is a special benefits that our MBA programs can offer to you. And as I mentioned earlier, there's a lot of exposure that we offer to our students. So international exchange programs is definitely one of the ones that we offer to our students. On the screen here is some of the past examples that we offer to students and the partner schools. And MBA, as you know, is a lot about outside the classroom. So we have a program called LEAP to help our students to complete your development and growth in different aspects. Here's some examples. We have some global and industry immersions for like business field studies to our students. And the examples here on the screen is actually the ones that we organized recently, a few months ago, for our students to the States with UCLA and also some entertainment conglomerates over there to understand about their success and their stories. And here is another one. We have another field trip to Thailand, and also here's some field trip to some Tencent incubator startup companies in China recently, and also Lenovo. So the list is long. So I'm just giving you a few examples here. And also from CU, we have great support for students who are going to pursue for your own startup and entrepreneurs. We have supports in terms of funding, resources, venues, and also networks that to support our students to further their career development. Later on, you will see some examples of from our alumni as well. So again, to develop our students' career path and your own career growth, we have different workshops to equip you. And this is some of the examples of the workshops that's either supported by industry experts or our own alumni who are already an expert in their own industry. And of course, we do have some more community mixers with different discipline, and also our alumni and also other MBA schools in Hong Kong as well, for you to further extend your network. Social community caring activities is also something that we also put a lot of efforts on. And here, some more details about the location in case you're not familiar with Hong Kong. CHK is very strategically located at one of the very convenient location in Hong Kong, and we are the only school who have on-campus housing for our full-time students, which can save you a lot of money when you study in Hong Kong. Probably you have heard the rental costs here in Hong Kong is among the toppest in the world. So if you can have an on-campus accommodation, it can definitely help you a lot financially. And the prime location of our universities is also very close to the border of mainland China, in case you would like to explore China for more opportunities over there. And also, we're very well connected to the center of Hong Kong, the central area. And here's to give you some brief idea of the rail line that CUHK is situated at. At the center, you can see we have highlighted a station called University. That's where our university is. And on top of the screen on the right-hand side, you can see two highlighted names, Lohu and also Lok Ma Chau. That's the border of China. So we're just few stations to China. And also at the bottom of on the right-hand side, Admiralty, which is area right next to Central, the very CBD of Hong Kong. We, again, are within 10 stations to those areas. So again, we are very primely located in Hong Kong. And at Central, we also have facilities over there for students to study. So we have two campuses or for our students to attend their classes. And we have a great alumni network with over 40,000 business professionals around the world. Here are some examples of our alumni. Mr. Chang Tongker, he is currently the CEO of one of the biggest electric powerhouse in Hong Kong, CLP Power. He is giving a lot of mentorship and also workshops to our students. He was originally from engineering background, and after obtaining his MBA with us, he was able to climb up the ladder and to become the management and also CEO of one of the biggest electric powerhouse in Hong Kong. And Mr. Mark Mack and also Eden Lu, our recent graduates, they are actually the co-founder of a technology company called Reborn Technology. They actually knew each other from our program, and they further developed these companies after their graduation with us. And from the program, both of these gentlemen actually find their urge and also ability to develop this technology companies, which focus a lot on ESG. Mark has recently been ranked by Forbes as top 30 ESG entrepreneurs in GBA area because of his company. So we're very proud of our alumni and what they have, what knowledge and network they've obtained from our program. Mr. Abhishek Vats, he's actually currently the head of acceptance and merchants sales and acquiring in Asia Pacific region of Visa company. And from our program, actually, Mr. Vats actually has mentioned that the program gives him international exposures, and that helps him to blend in the Asian insights and also the global perspectives, which helps him with his international career from moving from India to outside of India. Now, after his graduation, he has got job opportunities here in Hong Kong and also in Singapore, which was actually supported by the career management team back then. So I've overrun a little bit. Here I'm going to go into some details about the admissions requirements before we go forward to have a discussion with our honorable alumni, Michael. So in terms of admission requirements, here's some of the minimum requirements. Bachelor degrees, 2 years of minimum work experience for both full-time and part-time students. One point to highlight, for part-time students, if you have over 7 years of work experience, you are eligible to apply for a GMAT waiver on this case. So I'm not going to go into all these details because it's pretty straightforward. If you need any assistance or clarification on this, please feel free to put it in the chat box or Q&A section that later on Lily and myself will be addressing. And tuition fee, again, here's the numbers for your reference. And special perks for attendees today. Live attendees today. We have application fee waiver to you. please make sure the email that you registered with Unimi and also with, on your application form with us are the same. In that case, we can offer you and honor you the application fee waiver for your application. So before you submit your application, please pause there and send me an email or give me a call, just give me a heads up. Then I will help you to override the application fee. After all, after that, you'll be able to proceed with the remaining of your application submission. So this is scholarship is sometimes one of the very important points that our students would like to know more about. You can see on the screen we have a series of scholarship that we offer to our students. All the scholarships are mutually exclusive, so you just need to choose one on your application form. On our website, we have details about all this scholarship. Please choose the one that you think that's more relevant to you. Don't worry about choosing the wrong one, because our admissions teams will actually alert you if you find that there's another scholarships that you probably will be honored with more money. Then we'll definitely give you a heads up. So just to choose one on your application form. And in case you're alumni or you know any business school, CHK business school alumni, they will be able to give you a referral, and you'll be able to get a referral grant on that case for 10% of the tuition fee. So this is another perks that our applicants might want to be alerted about. And yeah, without further ado, I'm sorry for overrunning a little bit, but we are very excited to invite our honorable alumni, Mr. Michael Schatz, here with us soon. Before Michael say hello to everybody, let me just give a short introduction of Michael. Michael is currently the managing director of Reitner Fire Safety Limited here in Germany. I believe probably Michael can brief us a bit more later on. He is overseeing the Australia part, and also he is based in Germany. And his study and professional experience is phenomenal across 3 continents, including countries, of course, like Germany, Australia, Shanghai, Dubai, Tokyo, etc. And his original intention to pursue an international MBA for career change and exploration. He had a concentration in entrepreneurship and finance. His academic result was really outstanding back then, and which also reflected on his career path. And also he studied the Chinese market as well. So shall we please invite Michael to have a lovely conversation with us? Hi, Michael, are you there?
Yeah, sure, I'm here. Good morning, Sam. How are you?
Great. Good morning, Michael. So thanks for joining us for our events today. We have
Sure.
attendees, I believe we have attendees from around the world. So
Cool.
would you like to give us a brief introduction about yourself?
Yeah, sure. First of all, very interesting to see the scholarships. I remember a few of them actually. Yeah, sure.
Lovely.
Briefly about myself. Married, 40 years old. As you said, I'm from Germany. I'm still living here, based in Germany. My education background is actually industrial engineering, which is kind of a mix of engineering and business administration. As you said, I did my MBA in Hong Kong between 2016 and 2017. I think I've worked in Asia for Asian markets about 10 plus years, different roles from project management, M&A, to recently co-leading a Australian subsidiary for a German SME.
Okay, wonderful. Do you recall what was your initial motivation to pursue an MBA?
My initial, I mean, obviously, I have to think back a little bit, but I think my initial thoughts were like in 2015, thinking about what else can I do? I've been working already a few years back then. Said, what else can I do to really step outside my comfort zone a little bit and leave the environment I'm used to? And I was thinking about a doctorate degree or an MBA. And obviously, I
Yeah.
chose for an MBA. And yeah, then I just got in first touch with a few opportunities, let's say, and by then I
Mm.
decided I would do it.
Lovely. And we understand that you have extensive exposure in various continents, which was really amazing. Do you still remember why CHK stood out from all the other choices that you had back then? Going back to the memory lane
Yeah,
again.
yeah, yeah, yeah. It's a few years ago, right? But sure, can recall very well. I mean, in my case, I mean, as I said, I worked in Asia before, right? So on
Yeah.
the professional side, for me, it was clear if I take that step, I would not do it in Europe. I mean, we also have good programs here, but for me, it was clear that I would do it in Asia, and Hong Kong was always on my top 3 list.
Yeah.
And my wife is from Guangzhou, right? So we had a
Oh,
private side to it, and we had a small son back then. And yeah, that was the choice then to go to Hong Kong. And I think through HK, for me at least, it's my experience, you guys really stood out in the admission process, right? For me, for looking from a Europe perspective, from a German perspective, I knew there were different schools in Hong Kong, and so I applied to all of them, got in touch with all of them, spoke with them, and
yep.
throughout the whole application process, etc., CUHK was in my case by far the best in terms of responsiveness, coming back to me quickly, answering questions. I personally just like that. To be honest, I wasn't really biased before. I didn't really look on whatever rankings. I just
Yeah.
felt this was the best choice, and yeah, never regretted it.
Lovely. Thanks for saying that. We're glad that to hear such comments, because this is our culture, not just from the admissions team of MBA programs. It's also the culture for the school as well. Probably you can recall. There's a lot of lovely, wonderful school in Hong Kong, but the culture here in CHK, we are a more collaborative and welcoming culture that our students actually they help each other during
I
their
mean, I
study.
was also,
Yeah.
I'm not sure what other questions come up, but I personally was
Yep.
also interested, obviously, in the Chinese market, right? This was something
Yep.
what I was looking. See, I didn't want to go to Hong Kong to study at the too much international university, right? I could do that in Germany, I
Yeah.
could do it in UK or whatever. I was
Yeah.
also very interested in this, let's say, two phases, Chinese and Western, which I felt was CUHK very good on.
Yeah, definitely, definitely. So, do you still remember any courses or activities that you find particularly interesting and helpful during your journey? Anything?
Anything.
Classes?
Anything. Sure. I mean, recall a few courses. I'm not sure if they're still existing nowadays. Maybe a different
Mm,
name, whatever. I personally liked all the courses with numbers anyway. Corporate
yeah.
finance, accounting. Although I'm core engineer, I'm still a numbers guy, a figure-driven personality. So I like the numbers courses. I think one
Mm,
outstanding course back in my days where I can't recall the name, but you had to reshape and remodel a business model from an
yep.
existing venture back then, right? And then
Yep.
you had a small team to rework on the business model which had failed before, and
Yep.
you remodeled it and actually pitched it to real-time investors. I can't recall or remember
Is
the
it
name.
the business practicum one?
I think so. With Wilton
Yep.
Chow. Back then it was with Wilton Chow, an excellent professor. And this was really, I can tell you guys, this was really hectic. We had a lot of discussions, but looking
Mm,
backwards, this was excellent because it's really close to practice and that's
yep.
what you're doing in reality. So this was an outstanding course.
Really glad to know. And Professor Wilton is still with us, so he's
Oh,
still
cool. Very
organizing
good.
that course for our students. So in terms
Very
of
good.
business practicum, I didn't go into. Thanks for bringing this up. Our time was limited. I didn't got the chance to talk about business practicum. So for attendees here, business practicum is our course that we organize for our students. We separate you guys into different teams and put you into different corporates. And you'll be having all this real data from all these corporates and help them to revamp their own. So you will only pass if the companies approve your project. So like Michael
Right.
mentioned, it's a very valuable experience as an MBA student. And it's lovely that you mentioned that, Michael. And other than that one, do you think how did your MBA experience here in Hong Kong contribute to your professional development and shape your career path in a way?
I mean, obviously, you have throughout. Back in my days, I can share a little bit in more details. I know you're limited on time, but I try to speak a bit faster. So, for example, my team were 5 people. We had two people from mainland China, two Indian guys, and me. So it was already starting a bit in a diverse environment, and you have different
Yeah,
cultures. You have your discussions on team projects. This definitely helped me later on in really in the real job world to really act and work with other people from other countries, right? Who have maybe a different mindset to what we Germans might have or to we Europeans might have. So definitely
yeah,
was an important point. Second point, quickly. I mean, I had worked in Asia before, but this MBA degree, especially in Asia, in Hong Kong, helped me in terms of opportunities with big companies. Right. Obviously, when I came back
yeah,
to Germany in 2017, I was, interviewing with all the big ones, BMW, Daimler, Siemens, and they all like this, not only the job experience, but also the
yeah.
study experience in a further degree in Hong Kong. So that definitely helped me.
Yeah, definitely. Especially nowadays, international exposure is very important.
Sure.
More of
Sure.
the business opportunities is involving different countries, people from different backgrounds. So So I believe we're running out of time before our Q&A section, but would you have any advices to give to our current MBA aspirants or students?
See, I think I don't need to give any advice. That also you need to study a little bit. I think that's clear. I don't need to go that path. But for me personally, what I liked also about Hong Kong is CHK. I mean, yes, I looked on the study world, I looked a bit on the kids, but I also enjoyed the time with other people. Right? I was from my mindset was open-minded all the time. I think this is an excellent photo. Right? So Sam asked me before, what can I share from my past time? And I have many photos, but this one I think showed it all. This was a soccer tournament against other MBA schools, and yeah, just be open-minded, get in touch with people. Yeah, this is the only advice what I can give you. Also enjoy the time in Hong Kong, which it's an amazing city. You have this gateway to China, but you still have this Western vibe. So I think it's a good choice.
Yeah, at the very beginning, was it difficult for you to adapt into the Hong Kong environment?
I mean, in my case, I obviously I was one already from the older students back then, right? When I came over, I was
Mm,
33 already, which was comparably old to other students. I stayed a bit in the dormitory, and then I moved
mm,
to the city, right? And the
mm.
city is very dense, and it's wow, interesting. But then you go jump on these little buses, and you go outside on the beaches and so on. So it took me maybe 1 or 2 weeks, and I just loved it. So it was
So
amazing.
there's a lot of activities that you were enjoying in
Absolutely,
Hong Kong there. I can
it's a
tell.
buzzing city, right? It's a buzzing
Yep,
city. So
it still is.
absolutely.
Lovely, lovely. So it's lovely that you have brought up this photo as well, because it actually represents how the opportunities that our students can ride on with our MBA program, the networks that they can connect with, the fun that they can have with
Yeah,
us. It's not
that's
just
very
about studying,
important.
right?
That's very important. You have the study part for sure. I would not say do not do it, but this is very important. With all the people you see back there, some are in Singapore, some in Japan, some obviously in Europe. With all of them, now I still get in touch, right? Still in touch. That's really a good part of it.
One of the point that I want to point out is about age that you mentioned earlier. For our full-time students nowadays, on average, they have work experience for around 6 to 7 years already. And
Yeah.
for our part-time students, is about 9 to 10 years. So the range is huge. Some of them could have been graduated for 3 years. Some of them have over 30 years of work experience. So it's a wide range of
Yeah.
cohort that you can get to know, which
Yeah,
is
yeah. I
really
mean,
interesting. Yeah.
I think it's just because of the education system. In Germany, the education system was just different, right? You finished your first
Mm.
studies with 26, 27. So if you have the
Yeah.
6, 7 years of experience, you're already beginning of 30s. That's why.
I see, I see. That's great, that's great. I think that's comes to the end. We can leave some time for our attendees to shoot us some questions. Shall I Nelly, should I pass this to you to see if there's any questions that we can address?
Yes, thank you. Just to give Michael time to take a breath, I suggest we start with a bit of questions related to admissions.
Sure.
I know that you already mentioned the admissions requirements, but maybe quickly if you give us overview of the profile of the people you're looking to in terms of age, years of experience, background, educational background, especially because there's someone here in the chat asking, can I apply for the MBA program if I'm coming from a non-financial background?
Yep.
So what are the prerequisites that people need in order to apply?
Thank you, Nelly. So basically on the screen, you probably can see this is some of the admission requirements that I didn't get a chance to look into to talk into details. So for the very basics, our applicants needs to have a recognized bachelor degree. And if you're applying for full-time, you must take the GMAT test. And for part-time student, like I mentioned earlier, if you have 7 years of work experience, you can apply for a waiver on this GMAT test. And on top of that, all of our students needs to have at least 2 years of full-time work experience. Since our program will be conducted all in English test qualification is also another thing that we need. Our students, if your original bachelor degree wasn't conducted in English, the medium of instruction wasn't in English, then you need to take the English test, either TOEFL or IELTS. The verbal part of GMAT can also use to be used for to fulfill this area. And also you will need 2 references from referees that you knew from your work environment. So this is the basic requirement that we have. To reply to the question from the attendees earlier, whether or not we need students from financial background, you probably can come up with the idea from Michael's sharing earlier. He was from engineering background. He wasn't from financial background as well. So we do not have any preference on students' industry background or your study background. We welcome students, whoever have the aspirant to study with MBA and have a very reachable MBA goal after your graduation. It has to be realistic. Some of our applicants, they probably come over and saying, oh, I'm at a junior role. After MBA program, I probably would like to go for a CEO position, which in a matter of time is possible, just not right after your graduation. So what I want to say is we do not focus on students' background. What we focus on is your aspiration, whether or not it's something that's achievable and whether or not it's something that our program can help you with. So you don't need a financial background to apply for our program. I hope that clarifies.
Thank you very much, Sam, and for all the information. After this serious question, I think I'm going to take a question directed to Michael. Can you talk a little bit more about the social activities, clubs, and networking on campus?
Yeah, I mean, where do I start? Okay, you had a few official, let's say, kind of official clubs where you could come up with ideas, what you could bring in. So, for example, I was part of a so-called CUHK Career Club, right? And they could different roles. And then we actually organized also events for other students. This is something more on the official side. Then you had this mingling with other universities. I think I had it in this 1 year, 2, 3, 4 times, if I recall correctly. Second university, HKU, I forgot the third one. So you can also see other students and have activities with them. And then you obviously had these other options which were more or less privately organized. For example, this soccer tournament was half privately, and we were mostly out every weekend, I would even say. So this is quite a lot is going on. That's why I really put emphasis on this one. This is a big part of such a program, to be socially open and also try to spend time with your classmates and friends.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. And I think I have a great follow-up question for you. Can you share how busy were you during the program? What was the most difficult, maybe how your day looked like?
My day, I will not share my day, but for me, I'm personally speaking from my view, right? I think when you consider an MBA program shouldn't be in depth in the courses, like, for example, a Master of Science. That's a different story. Master of Science, Finance, MBA. You have more, for example, we had leadership development, we had marketing, and marketing you sometimes had before, then you had accounting. So if you're a bit of a numbers guy, you come in quickly and easily. Obviously, I spent time on learning, but it's not that I was sitting at my desk from, I don't know, morning till evening. That was not the case. There was always time for sports. There was always time to meet up, with other classmates for, I don't know, sports activities or whatever on the campus. So believe me, there is enough time to do all of that.
Thank you very much. Guys, if someone joined later, please use the Q&A box to ask your questions. All questions are welcome, don't hesitate. Sam, I have one question for you right now. Can you explain how the exchange programs work with the partner schools?
Yeah, sure, definitely. Let me just pull up the slides again. So we have over 40 partner schools worldwide, which you can see the list on our website. And every year, all these partner schools welcome exchange students from our program. So around December time, we will have a section with our students collecting their preferences on whether or not they would like to go for exchange. If they do, then we will help them to go through screening process with all these exchange partners. And of course, criteria that they will be looking at includes their GPA, their academic performance with us, and also their English ability, things like that. There's a whole list of different lists for different schools. Basically, it's very similar. So that's the screening process. So once they're accepted, then they will need to extend students need to extend 3 to 4 months after their original graduation day to study with the partner school. So and also in terms of the study credits, we will recommend our students to leave about 9 credits to be very technical, to study with our partner school, which they can transfer back to our school later on. So basically, a lot of the renowned business schools around the world are partners with us. Like, for example, HEC Paris, Imperial, in London, and also London Business School. A lot of the wonderful schools are partners with us. Again, we recommend you, if you're interested, we recommend you to go to our website and pull out the whole list to have a look.
Thank you very much. We don't have any more questions, but I want to give 1 more minute to anyone who has last moment question. And I'm going to, we just received a question. Yeah, it's again a question about the profile of the student, someone from Botswana with accounting and finance background and 7 years of experience. Do you think that's a good profile that is suitable for the MBA program?
I'm not very familiar about level 7 post-graduation, because it really depends. I would recommend you, let me pull up the contact details of us. And here's my contact details. Because for your case, I believe we would like to talk with you individually, because in different countries, we have international students from different parts of the world, and education system in different countries are different. So we're unsure whether or not level 7 that you mentioned is something that's can fulfill our minimum requirement. However, even if it doesn't, we do have exceptional cases that we accept students who have phenomenal work experience or networks. So there's a holistic profile that we look from our students. So postgraduate is equivalent to bachelor degree. Okay, in that case, if you have a bachelor degree, that fulfills our minimum education requirement already, and your 7 years of work experience definitely fulfill our work experience requirement. So in that case, in short, in a nutshell, I believe you fulfill our minimum requirement. But in details, again, I recommend you to schedule a consultation with us, and we can go into details and give you more advices on that.
Thank you, Sam. So we can actually encourage everyone who is listening to get in touch with you and discuss their profile and their doubts.
Yes, definitely.
Okay, yep. Maybe we can finish with one last question to Michael. Something that I usually ask is, what was your favorite class or activity or professor, something that you really enjoyed during the experience?
To think a little bit. There are a few. I don't want to put one professor on there. I can give you my top 3. That's probably fairer. One I mentioned before is Wilton Chow. I think he's from the region, right? I'm not sure if he's Hong Kong Chinese, but he's from the region, and he's an
from
excellent
Hong Kong.
professor.
He's
from
a
Hong
local.
Kong.
Yeah.
He's a local, so he made private equity, venture capital, and this rebuilding of business model class, which I mentioned before. He's very good. I personally liked also the macroeconomics subjects. She was, I think, from New Zealand. I forgot her name, Suzanne. She was very good. And one of the American professors, David Alstrom, I think he's still there, if I'm not mistaken. He's doing leadership development or something. He has an excellent style. I love that very much. A lot of with humor as well. That was good. And in terms of subjects, I think before this business model, if you have the chance, this remodeling, whatever, take that class. And also in terms of, even if you're from finance, I mean, take the finance classes, they were very good, and especially the banking ones. These I liked a lot. And as Sam said before, my core was engineering, right? So I was not a finance guy. And then afterwards, after an MBA, you have so many chances to actually also change your ways, right? I think this is a really good ththing. And last from my side, because as you might see, I'm actually working in the office here. It's just morning time in Germany. I mean, reach out to me on LinkedIn. I'm happy to give you some feedback there. If it's no problem for me. Just drop me a note there. It's cool.
Great. So thank you, Sam, Michael, for this very useful information you're sharing here with us today. Thank you, everyone, for joining us. We are going to follow up with you with a recording of this webinar and more information about the program. Please get in touch, ask your questions via email. We will get back to you. Have a nice day, everyone. Thank you.
Thank you.